your voice of the Valley, AM 1450 KBMW. Turner Blob is here after going on hiatus for a week. My apologies. We had some technical difficulties getting on. We are making up for lost time with a very fun Snap Spotlight today. Jace Johanson, BW Blades senior captain, in the chair today to let us know how the season's going. How's your senior year off to a good start, Jace?
Yeah, pretty good so far.
Got you having fun out there?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
And okay, a little bit about I always love hearing these captain stories and about what it's like to find out about it and that kind of responsibility of it. What was your reaction when you found out you were going to be the captain of the squad this year?
I guess it wasn't that surprising because last year I was the assistant, so I kind of just expected it. I guess, but
was assistant a little more surprising then when you got that? Hockey's kind of a tricky one.
yeah, it was. How else do I answer this?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was it last year you became assistant captain, or was it a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it was my junior year that I became an assistant, and that was more of a toss-up because we still had older kids on the team, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get anything or.
Gotcha. It's nice to know that the coach has that kind of trust in you, though. What's that kind of that conversation kind of like? I hope it's not just like a hey, sew this A on your jersey and you're good to go.
How did it go? I mean, that's kind of how it was this year. I was kind of just told, hey, you're getting the C, but last year it was more of like, kind of like same deal, but everybody would come to me and they'd be like, hey, I voted for you as an assistant, so just so you know, and then. Our coach also, I guess, told us to, like, hey, you're going to be a leader on this team next year, and I think you'll fit that role really well. So.
Gotcha, and that's a conversation I assume was going on with head coach Adam Wertzma?
Yep. What's
it like having a former Blade on the staff, someone that you know has been through a lot of the same thing you guys have? I'm sure it makes it a lot easier to be like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice because he played college hockey for Concordia. So he knows what he's talking about, which is really nice. And having somebody that can relate to you when they've been through some of the same stuff that we're going through is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he can tell you a little bit about the highs and lows of a senior year. I ask almost every senior when they come in here because I'm always curious of just kind of how surreal that experience is when you know that you're in the final year of a high school sport.
I mean. It varies a lot from high to low, especially with the start this year. But I mean, the highs is like we have kids that can score, and we've got a lot of talent on our team. We just need to learn how to play a full game.
I noticed the first couple games of the year you guys got off to really hot starts, and then the second period it kind of seemed like the wheels came off, and then you guys were trying to get back into the third. So I see what you mean. Put together a whole game. What do you think would be a big key for maybe turn it around, make it more consistent play? Making it sound like I'm throwing you coaches questions here.
Yeah, gosh, more consistent play. I think that.
Maybe just for you personally, that you think you could do to make it a little more consistent on the ice.
Well, just everybody's just got to do their job. They can't worry about doing everybody else's job and trying to score. You just got to go out there one shift at a time and just take it step by step.
Gotcha. And who do you think is a team that you guys, just after how many years with the Blades, who's a team that you guys have kind of circled on the calendar when you get them? It's like, oh, I'm really looking forward to this one on the 9th, or a team like that. Or is it kind of just like you take every opponent as they come?
Prairie Center.
Okay.
I don't like them. Nobody likes them.
Nobody likes them?
When I was in 8th grade, we lost our home playoff game against them. That was Jace Jensen and Isaac Woolers and all their senior year.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that was pretty brutal. So that.
Ever since then, you guys have just had it out for Prairie Center then.
Yeah, and there's a lot of trash talk that goes back and forth every year between those two teams, our two teams.
I can see why it's circled on the schedule then. I'm excited to see how it goes this year then.
Yep.
All right, and you guys had their one win last year against Becker Big Lake. Could you tell me about what that experience was like? Kind of getting the monkey off your guys' back and getting in the win column last year, and how fun that night must have been.
Yeah, I mean it was awesome because. Like you said, first win, only win actually, but yeah, we knew that it was going to be tough, and like it was kind of late in the season, so we couldn't just put our heads down and say, well,
It's kind of like one of those. It's one of those things where it's like we got to do it now or never, kind of thing. Where that's probably what the situation felt like. So the payoff was probably even better then.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. And speaking of people who have gone through it, I know you just talked about Jace Jensen, Isaac Wohlers. Those are probably a couple of guys that were big role models for you. That was my question. Who do you think has been the biggest influence on you as someone who is an older teammate for you?
Those guys right there, those two, Isaac Wohlers and Jace Jensen.
Studs.
Yeah, they're really good, and they're really great leaders, too, to me. But Carson Hout was also a really great leader, too.
No, I love Carson.
Yeah, they were all good guys. Just showed me that there's more to hockey and stuff like that, just creating friendships, and it was just really nice to see. And growing up, I always watched them play, and I was like, then I played with them for a year, and that was just like kind of a dream come true as a Blade, because didn't expect it. I was so young, but
it'd be like me growing up. All of a sudden, it's just like, by the way, you're gonna go run routes with Randy Moss. So it's just like, oh, what? I get to go play with him? Like, it sounds like a fun experience. Oh, I'm glad you got to do that your 8th grade year. And any plans for next year as of now?
For hockey-wise?
Oh, just hockey or just whatever you got planned for next year after high school. I don't know if it's something you've crossed that bridge yet, or if it's like, oh, I still got a few months.
No, I'm not really 100% sure, but I've applied to UND.
Gotcha.
So that might be my next plan. Maybe go there for business, but I'm not 100% certain. So
gotcha. As long as you get to still catch some hockey games there,
Yep.
Oh gosh, that'd be fun. I still haven't caught a UND game. I know it's like the weirdest thing about living in this area that I've never done. I've never been to a UND game, but it's on the bucket list. So, but the wife claims we're going one of these days. So we shall see. But anything else you'd like to add regarding your senior season?
I like, oh gosh.
No, you're good. You're good. I guess anything else you're kind of looking forward to, or maybe give everyone a little nudge to come out and watch the Blades. When's your guys' next home game?
Against Worthington on this next Friday. Not this Friday, but the 15th.
Gotcha.
And that should be a pretty good game. So hopefully Phil Stearns.
Yep, I'd love to see that over at Stearns, and that'd be a nice little early Christmas present for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jace Johanson, thanks for coming on. Before we wrap it up, time for your snap schedule reminder, which we do every week here on the Spotlight. Start off with today, we got BW Wrestling on the first of their 2-day tournament at Grand Forks Central. NDSCS men's basketball hosts Dakota County Technical College at 7 p.m. Brad Anderson will be on the call on that one on B92.7 FM tonight. Breckenridge boys basketball is at Frazee for a 7:30 p.m. matchup. Saturday has BW Wrestling in day 2 of their tournament at Grand Forks Central. Wahpeton basketball, both teams are at Thompson. The boys will play at 1:30 and the girls will follow at 3 p.m. BW boys hockey is at Kitson Central for a 2 p.m. matchup tomorrow. And then BW gymnastics is at Jamestown for a 5:30 p.m. Tuesday matchup. Wahpeton girls basketball heads to Valley City for a 6 p.m. game. BW boys hockey is at Park Rapids at 7 p.m. Tuesday. Breckenridge boys basketball hosts Wheaton at 7:30 p.m. and then Breckenridge girls basketball is at Pelican Rapids at 7:30 p.m. Then Thursday we'll wrap it up with BW wrestling at Grand Forks Red River. The girls will wrestle at 6 p.m. The boys follow at 7. And then Breckenridge boys basketball hosts Barnesville at 7:30 p.m. So that is a look at your snap schedule reminder, and that'll do it, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in for another Snap Spotlight. We'll do it again next week in the early part of the 1 o'clock hour. We used to do it in the 5 o'clock hour. Early part of the 1 o'clock hour here on the Voice of the Valley. Now for a quick word from our sponsor.
Snap Fitness, your locally owned gym in Wahpeton, wants to have you join their workout family. Snap offers personal training, and owner Renata Faub will even write up workout plans for you. If you're an athlete in the Twin Towns, Snap Fitness will help you make sure you're prepared for the upcoming sports season. To all the retired athletes over 65, Snap Fitness participates in the Silver Sneakers Insurance Program, and most major insurances reimburse for memberships to Snap. Stop by Snap Fitness today and ask about their membership packages. They're located at 102 7th Street South in Wahpeton.